Alright, let's go and talk about Osgood Perkins' latest horror movie, The Monkey. This one was one of my most anticipated movies of 2025, so I went into this with pretty high expectations. I mean, it's based on a Stephen King story, it's directed by Osgood Perkins, who gave us last year's Longlegs, plus it's produced by James Wan. And that combo right there made me think we were getting a straight up terrifying horror film. I'm here to tell you we did not get that, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Let me explain. So The Monkey follows twin brothers who as kids find this creepy old wind up monkey toy in their dad's old stuff. But this isn't just any creepy old wind up monkey toy, this thing is evil. Every time you turn the key in its back, people die, and I don't mean just die, they die in crazy ways. And then fast forward 25 years and the brothers thought that they destroyed it when they were kids, but no, the monkey's back and it's not done ruining lives. Our main character's name is Hal, he's played by Theo James and he's one of the twin brothers, and honestly, he's great in this. He carries a lot of emotional weight in this movie because they spend time showing you what he went through when he was a kid and everything that the monkey brought to his life, which was nothing good. He's haunted, he's paranoid, and when the action actually kicks in, he is ready to go. Now here's where The Monkey really threw me off. From the trailer, I thought we were getting another slow burn, creepy horror movie, kind of like Longlegs. But The Monkey is more so a horror comedy. In the opening scene, they set the tone immediately of what kind of movie you just walked into. It's gory, it's funny, it's campy, it's weird, and you're just sitting there as soon as the title card comes up and you're like, what? Now, horror comedy is a very tricky thing to get right, and I feel like The Monkey does a very good job at finding that balance to make it work for the most part. Now, the kills in this movie, absolutely insane. It honestly feels like a better made, a little bit more self-aware version of Final Destination. So about a week ago, I rewatched a few of the Final Destination movies because the new trailer came out for the new one dropping this summer, and those movies, as entertaining and as fun as they are to watch, they are very corny as far as the acting goes, and even some of the situations that happen where the people die, kinda corny. So The Monkey is very similar to Final Destination. That's actually how I would categorize this movie and describe it to people, but it leans into that energy, but it does it in a way that feels intentional and just does it straight up better than the Final Destination series. But now let's talk about the actual monkey, because originally he was supposed to have cymbals. Now we've all seen that classic creepy monkey toy that claps its cymbals together. That is not anything new, but guess what? Disney apparently owns the copyrights to the cymbal clapping monkey toy from Toy Story 3. How does that happen? So instead they had to switch it to a drum playing monkey instead of a cymbal playing monkey, which surprisingly makes the movie way more creepy. The way that the monkey moves, the unsettling smile before it starts to drum, and those unblinking eyes are just creepy as hell. But at the same time, it is kind of funny because it's creepy for a little bit whenever the camera zooms in and it's just staring, but the longer the camera stays on the creepy eyes or his face, you just start laughing. And that's kind of the whole vibe of this movie. It's creepy, it's disturbing, it's gory, but at the same time, it's funny. So while Theo James is the main character in this movie, there are a few other people that I do want to point out. Tatiana Maslany is in this too, and she plays Hal and Bill's mom, and she has a few standout moments. She's actually in one of my favorite scenes of the entire movie. It's after some crazy death happens. She goes to a funeral with her sons, and she's trying to explain to them about death. They're just sitting in a graveyard, and she explains to them how she's gonna die one day, they're gonna die one day, their teachers are gonna die one day, their cat's gonna die one day, and it just goes on and on and on. The humor in that scene is just so dry, it's weird, and you don't really know how to react to it. And let's talk about the most random cameo of the movie, Elijah Wood. His actual role in the movie is completely unnecessary, but I am glad that it exists. He plays it in a weird, awkward, unsettling way, and you can't really tell if he's supposed to be creepy or just socially awkward. Once again, he has a very small role in this, but I was laughing the entire scene. Now here is where things start to go downhill. About halfway through, The Monkey is still a fun, bloody, hilarious ride, but then the third act happens. A new character is introduced way late into the movie and they are completely unlikable. And the worst part is that they're in the movie from that point pretty much until the end. So every time that they came on screen, I just did a sigh and waited till it was over. And then there's this whole mystery element going on throughout the entire movie. What's going on? Who's doing that? Why is the monkey back? And the payoff for all of that, very underwhelming. And then in that same time frame, we get characters that are acting exaggerated, over the top, very animated, and it really just pulled me out of the movie. The Monkey already had a very weird, crazy tone to it, which I was digging for the majority of it, but that final act just goes off the rails with the acting, with the story, how you got there, that it just did not land for me at all. Now to me, it felt like there were scenes that were cut out of that last 30 or 40 minutes of The Monkey because the movie is only about 90 minutes long. To keep the runtime short, maybe they just cut out as much as they could towards the end of the movie, I don't know what happened, it just felt very choppy. So do I recommend The Monkey? Yeah, I definitely do. If you're expecting a straight up horror movie, you're probably gonna be disappointed. But if you're down for some wild creative kills, dark humor, and an absolutely bizarre but entertaining ride, you'll probably have a good time. The Monkey shines in the first half, has a mix of creepy atmosphere and absurd humor, and the acting across the board is solid, and the kills are next level, and the monkey itself is terrifying, but also funny. But I just felt like the back half of the movie had so many problems and it just really brought it down for me. But even through all the critiques, I liked it, I just wanted to love it. Now, if you're a fan of Osgood Perkins or just horror movies straight up, you want to stay to the end of the credits. Now, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but this is what end credits should be. If you're gonna make us wait that long, this is what we expect. The Monkey was on my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2025, and if you want to see what else made the cut, you can check out the video right here. But until the next video, everybody, see you later.